4 people are dead after a murder-suicide shooting in northeast Pennsylvania. This happened just before 1 this morning at a supermarket outside of Scranton.
Randy Stair, an inspiring YouTuber known as Andrew Blaze among his followers, ran a small yet steadily expanding channel. His subscribers eagerly awaited his amusing skits and videos centered around Danny Phantom, an animated television series on Nickelodeon. But the very supporters and admirers who stood by him would bear witness to Randy Stair's harrowing descent into madness, unfolding before their eyes in a collection of concerning videos and journal entries. As he spiraled deeper into a dark and distorted realm of his own creation, the consequences would be nothing short of catastrophic. On the early morning of June 8, 2017, the staff at the Weis Market supermarket in Eaton Township, Pennsylvania, restocked shelves and readied the store for closing, with no inkling of the unimaginable horrors awaiting them, or that the nightmare they were about to endure was at the hands of someone they all knew. Within the confines of the Weis supermarket, bathed in the harsh glow of fluorescent lights, Randy Stair prowled the aisles with an eerie determination akin to a predator closing in on his prey. He pulled 2 shotguns out from his duffel bag and opened fire. The tragic result was the loss of 3 innocent lives, 3 Weis employees caught in the crosshairs of senseless violence. The nightmarish killing spree came to a chilling end when Randy Stair turned the gun on himself, silencing the chaos he had unleashed. As the community grappled with the aftermath of this horrifying incident, numerous questions plagued their minds. How could someone they know, someone they interacted with on a daily basis, become a perpetrator of such brutality? What signs had they missed? But the answers to those questions lay hidden in plain sight, with signs of Randy Stair's troubled state of mind documented in journal entries and videos for all of his followers to see. In the quiet suburban neighborhood of Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania, Randy Stair was born on September 17, 1992, into a seemingly ordinary family with a seemingly ordinary life. His childhood passed by unremarkably, yet hints of the darkness to come flickered beneath the surface. Through the intimate pages of his journals, Randy candidly revealed his lifelong struggle of never quite fitting in. From early on, he was burdened with overwhelming shyness, tears streaming down his face when his parents left him at preschool. Avoiding eye contact with teachers and peers alike, he shunned any form of acknowledgement. Looking back, it becomes evident that Randy's experiences mirrored the traits of someone grappling with an undiagnosed social anxiety disorder. Social anxiety disorder is often characterized by intense fear and anxiety in social situations, leading individuals to withdraw to avoid interactions. In Randy's case, his deep-rooted feelings of not fitting in likely contributed to a sense of alienation and emotional turmoil. As Randy grew older, his introverted disposition persisted and deepened. While he made fleeting friendships during his school years, those friendships were short-lived. The pressures of adulthood and the weight of his social anxiety may have exacerbated his feelings of isolation and inadequacy, causing him instead to retreat into the sanctuary of his own imagination. It was in films and television that Randy found solace, a refuge offering respite from the harsh realities of his life. In middle school, 15-year-old Randy met a friend who shared the same passion for films. Encouraged by this new friendship, Randy embarked on a journey that led him to create his own YouTube channel, Pioneers Production. On June 9, 2008, 8 years prior to the mass shooting, starting with Let's Play-style videos documenting his gaming exploits, he eventually began to write and act in his own skits. The skits would often include him and his characters getting involved in bizarre and amusing scenarios. One of Randy's earliest video projects was called The Burglar, which featured a character he played who was a burglar turned murderer. While Randy's home life appeared unremarkable on the surface, behind closed doors he had a tumultuous relationship with his father that created a lot of deep-seated anger. Randy Stair's personal writings and recorded videos provided a glimpse into the troubled dynamics within his family. He expressed frustration and resentment towards his father while feeling a stronger connection to his mother, with whom he believed he could discuss anything without fear of judgment. In Randy's perception, his father seemed fixated on his motivation to work and urged him relentlessly to find employment and to improve his life. Although this could be interpreted as well-intentioned advice, the constant pressure fueled Randy's resentment, gradually transforming into intense and pure hatred. Despite Randy eventually securing a job at Weis Market's supermarket, his father's relentless push for him to seek a proper career continued. This unyielding pressure only served to deepen Randy's aversion, leading him to actively avoid his father whenever possible. Their strained relationship became a significant source of turmoil and contributed to Randy's growing feelings of anger and isolation.
Dad, I honestly wish would fucking himself. He ruined my life. He ruined my fucking life.
In the year 2013, while Randy navigated the challenges of college life, a series of misfortunes cascaded upon him, plugging him into the depths of a deep depression. It would come to be known as the worst year of his life. The first blow came when he received news of a classmate's untimely death in a car accident. Though not particularly close, Randy had collaborated with this classmate on several school projects, leaving a mark of shared experiences. The tragic event, combined with the sudden loss and the reminder of mortality, stirred a sense of unease within Randy.
The beginning of this big switch goes back to at least 2010, but the ultimate trigger happened between 2012 and 2013. What happened was, in February 2012, there was a kid that got killed in a car accident that I went to school with. He was in his last year of high school. He was a senior. I had just graduated the previous year, but I knew him. I wasn't good friends with him or anything, but we knew each other.
Adding to the weight of these misfortunes, both Randy and his younger brother experienced car accidents of their own during that same year. Although they escaped serious injury, the incidents left an indelible impact on Randy's psyche. The fragility of life became all too apparent, heightening his anxiety and distress. Further exacerbating Randy's already fragile state, he encountered technical mishaps when his graphics card and hard drive failed simultaneously. While these setbacks may seem trivial in isolation, they served as the proverbial straws that broke the camel's back. Randy's limited capacity to cope with these mounting challenges intensified his emotional turmoil, pushing him further into the depths of despair. In the midst of these uncontrollable circumstances, Randy began expressing troubling thoughts of violence and suicidal ideation. Overwhelmed by a sense of helplessness, he sought an escape from the overwhelming realities of his life. Simultaneously, Randy silently grappled with his gender identity, exploring cross-dressing as a way to navigate and understand his complex inner world. These internal struggles further fueled his mental health decline, contributing to the unraveling of his fragile psyche. Within this tumultuous period, Randy sought solace and distraction in the immersion of worlds of movies and television. It was during this time that he chanced upon an animated Nickelodeon show called Danny Phantom. The show resonated deeply with him, offering a respite from his own troubled reality. Randy developed a particular fascination with one of the show's characters, Ember McLean. She captivated his imagination, becoming an object of intense fixation. Driven by his passion for Ember McLean, Randy embarked on a creative endeavor that would consume his existence. He founded Ember's Ghost Squad, a fan-based animated series on YouTube dedicated to Ember and other characters from the show. Initially harmless and born out of admiration, his involvement with the fictional world blurred the boundaries between fantasy and reality. Randy began referring to Ember McLean as his wife, blurring the lines of his own identity and further immersing himself in a distorted perception of the world. During this period, Randy's fascination took a darker turn as he delved into researching and idolizing mass shootings, with a specific fixation on the infamous Columbine High School shooting. On April 20th, 1999, two teenagers named Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold embarked on a rampage at Columbine High School in Littleton, Colorado, resulting in the tragic deaths of 13 people and injuring over 20 others before they took their own lives. The Columbine Massacre marked a chilling turning point in the history of school shootings, and its shocking impact would reverberate throughout the nation for years to come. In Randy's own words, he idolized Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, referring to them as his heroes. He expressed a deep desire to meet them, further illustrating the disturbing admiration he held for their actions. This fixation on the Columbine Massacre, along with Randy's increasingly blurred perception of reality, set the stage for a dark and twisted plan to take root within his troubled mind.
Okay, so here's the deal. Got a 1983 quarter right here. You believe in fate? Here's the fate test. If it's heads, I'll do it here. If it's tails, supermarket. Here it goes. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna land behind the camera. Just to the side. I can't see it. I see it in the grass, but I can't see it. Tails.
Seemingly like any other night, Randy prepared for work as usual. However, unbeknownst to his co-workers and acquaintances, a malevolent plan was about to be set in motion. Concealing women's clothing beneath his uniform and arming himself with weapons, Randy arrived at Weis Markets for his night shift. Throughout the evening, he performed his duties alongside his unsuspecting co-workers, organizing shelves and tidying up the store. Unbeknownst to them, Randy had barricaded the store's exits, ensuring that escape would be impossible. While his actions appeared routine, Randy's mind was consumed by a distorted vision of the world, fueled by his obsession with violence, mass shootings, and a profound detachment from reality.
I got it! I got it! 2 Mossberg 500 shotguns! Got it! It's on the back seat back there somewhere. I don't know if you can see it, but got it.
As the midnight hour approached, Randy turned to social media, sharing a series of files and videos that would serve as a chilling prelude to the climax of his devastating plan. During his break, Randy Stair stealthily retrieves the 2 shotguns and a bag of ammunition from his car. He applies mascara, eyeliner, and lipstick, embracing a haunting transformation. Parking his car against the bakery's back doors, he methodically blocks all remaining exits, sealing off any potential escape routes. Randy ensures the automatic doors at the main entrance are locked, further trapping those inside. Before embarking on his deadly mission, he sends a final text to his mother and shares a series of videos with his followers, revealing the darkest depths of his disturbed mind. Shedding his red supermarket uniform, Randy steps inside Weis Market with an eerie determination. He roams the aisles, searching for unsuspecting victims. Victoria Brong and Kristen Newell, diligently stocking shelves, become Randy's first targets. With cold precision, he shoots Victoria twice, the sound echoing through the store. Kristen, startled by the noise, turns to witness the lifeless body of her colleague on the floor. In a haunting moment captured by CCTV footage, Randy locks eyes with Kristen before silently moving on to the next aisle, leaving her frozen in fear. His relentless spree continues as he finds 63-year-old Terry Lee Sterling, shooting him fatally from behind. Terry, unaware of the impending danger, falls victim to Randy's calculated violence. Amidst the chaos, Kristen Newell seeks refuge behind a register, desperately dialing 911 before seizing a chance to escape through the front door. Concealing herself in nearby brush, she awaits the arrival of law enforcement, hoping for salvation from the unfolding nightmare inside. Undeterred by the terror he has already unleashed, Randy proceeds through the supermarket, a place he had been a part of for 7 years. His next target is Brian Hayes, a 47-year-old United States Navy veteran working in the bakery. Brian becomes the recipient of 5 brutal gunshots, and his life is tragically cut short. The meticulous nature of the attack suggests that Randy savored each moment of the killing, prolonging the suffering. The horrifying shooting spree culminates with Randy unleashing gunfire upon various items within the store, including a propane tank, delusionally echoing the Columbine shooting. As first responders converged on the scene, prepared to confront the unimaginable, Randy places the loaded shotgun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. He dies instantly, leaving behind a scene of devastation and unspeakable horror.
State police are now looking at Randy Stair's digital footprint. It turns out YouTube videos of Stair preparing for the attack have been found. Police also say there are journal entries that showed his planned attack, or he planned the attack, for several months.
In the wake of the tragic event, the community is left to grapple with the aftermath of senseless violence, the lives lost, and the indelible scars etched upon their collective memory. The harrowing events orchestrated by Randy Stair, forever etched in the collective memory, left the Pennsylvania community shattered and grappling with profound grief. Families and friends of the victims were left to bear the unimaginable pain of losing their loved ones to an act of senseless violence. In the aftermath of tragedy, a deep introspection began to take hold. As the signs that had been missed regarding Randy's mental health struggles became painfully apparent, Randy's journals, videos, and behavior painted on a haunting portrait of a troubled individual grappling with deep-seated anguish, anxiety, and a deteriorating sense of self. The subtle cries for help and the red flags that hinted at the darkness within him had gone unnoticed, lost in the complexities of his seemingly unremarkable life.
It's a ripple effect. It affects not just the one person that was in the building. It affects that person's family, their friends, their community.
The tragedy forced a reckoning with the inadequacies of mental health awareness and support systems, spurring conversations about the importance of recognizing and addressing the struggles that individuals silently endure. The shooting spree highlighted the urgent need for improved access to mental health resources, early intervention, and destigmatization of seeking help. It served as a chilling reminder that mental health issues can affect anyone, even those who appear to be leading ordinary lives. While mental health awareness is important, it must be clear that Randy Stair's act of violence cannot be justified by these factors. The tragic event serves as a reminder to address mental health issues, but it also necessitates holding individuals accountable for their actions and providing support to the victims and their families.